Hello everyone. We will now see our next tutorial, that is mesh creation option. So let's first see the CAD model. You can see here on my screen I have opened the CAD model. Now this CAD model contains two parts, that is this is my solid plate and this one is my shell plate. So what we want is we want to mesh this part with solid elements having second order, and we want to mesh this part with shell element having first order. So let's see how we can set this in our abstract model file. You can see here I have opened the abstract model file. Now I'll just go here in the mesh control, and towards the end at the bottom we have mesh creation option available. So we only have this option one, and what this option does is it creates the mesh for your whole model, which will have mesh order of 2. That is, the second order mesh will be created for whole model. But you know that our general practice is we use second order mesh for solid part, but we use first order mesh for shell parts. So that's the reason we added a checkbox here. So if I am clicking on this checkbox, then my shell element will get exported with first order. So with this option, my whole model will have second order mesh. But if I'm checking this box, then I'm creating, or I'm saying that I want shell element with first order. So this way one can set the mesh creation option here in the mesh control. So I'll just click on apply and close, and then we'll just create the simulation model. So for that I'll just click here, then it will ask me for the CAD model which is to be linked. So I'll just select this model, that is my shape to solid coupling assembly. I'll click open, and my simulation model will get ready. So you can see here my simulation model is now ready. Now I'll just carry out the meshing. I'll click on this icon, and you can see a mesh is created for this part. So this part that is solid will have second order tetra element, whereas this part that is shell part will have first order chord elements. Maybe I'll quickly show you one image from the tutorial document. So you can see here in this image, you can see the solid elements are represented with a green color, and the shell elements, those are represented with red colors. The solid elements, they are having second order mesh. So you can see the mid nodes here, but for shell elements you cannot see the mid nodes. So it means the shell element, those are having your first order. So this way you can just set the mesh creation option and you will get the required mesh orders. Let's see one more example. You can see here I have opened another model. So we have a solid part and we have a shell part somewhat overlapping on the solid part. So what we want is we want solid part with second order mesh, whereas we want shell part with first order mesh. So let's see the details of abstract model file. You can see here I have opened the abstract model file. Now again I'll go in the mesh control setting, and towards the end I'll just make sure that mesh creation option is set to option 1, and I have on this checkbox, that is I want shell element with first order. So what this setting will do, this setting will create my solid part with second order mesh, whereas my shell parts will be created with first order mesh. So I'll just close this setting and I'll create a simulation model. So for that I'll just link the CAD model here, and my simulation model will get ready. So you can see here this is what my simulation model is. Now I'll just click on this mesh icon, and you can see software has created a mesh that is solid element with second order and shell element with first order. Maybe I will quickly show you a snap from a tutorial PDF. So you can see here, this is what our model is. So this part is the solid part, which is meshed with the second order. So you can see some mid nodes here, and the shell part is meshed with the first order. So you can see here the shell elements, those are not having any mid-side nodes. So these are the triangular shell elements which are overlapping on the solid part, and you can see only three nodes for those elements. Similarly, these would have only the corner nodes and not the mid-side nodes. So this way, solid part will have a second order mesh, whereas shell part will have a first order mesh. So this way, one can just set the mesh creation option in the abstract model file. With this, we are done with this tutorial. I hope everybody has understood this mesh creation option. If you guys are still having any question or queries, then please feel free to contact at support@novousnexus.com and we'll get back to you accordingly. We will now meet in the next tutorial. Till then, have a good day. Bye.